All right, everyone, welcome to the middle of the match or somewhere, wherever we are in this match between Mr. Shaun Johnson sitting right next to me and Tom Menina. Last match of the quarterfinals. Shaun, welcome to the player spotlight. And if you would, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me. This is rather exciting to be a part of. I grew up in Spencer, Wisconsin. I started playing pool in Marshfield. Took a little hiatus for a number of years, and I've been playing for 4 or 5 years again. More competitive, and at least in the Fargo base.
All right. And it says you're 43 years old.
Yeah, I live in Athens now. We bought a place and some property up there in 2020. I've been playing for about 26 years, like it says, on and off. 8-ball's traditional to me. Haven't had too much experience with 8-ball or 9-ball and 10-ball until the last few years. I play with a Jacoby Q. Have for a number of years. We own a lot of them. My wife, my son, myself, and favorite place to eat, Fogo de Chao. So I travel for work a lot. And Brazilian Steakhouse is definitely my favorite. That's
Brazilian Steakhouse. I don't think I've ever been to one of those before.
You're usually in the bigger metros. It's a really cool restaurant if you get a chance to go.
Okay, so you said wife and kids. How many kids do you have?
I have one that's senior in high school, about to graduate. He'll be 18 in a couple weeks. And then we had a little bit of a surprise a couple years ago, and I have a almost year and a half old little boy.
Oh, congratulations.
My wife, Chelsea, we've been together 13 years, almost 13 years.
And is Chelsea and the kids going to be watching today?
My son, Drake, definitely will. Chelsea and Bodie they're in Arizona. If they click the link, they'll watch it, I guess.
Well, make sure you send it to them.
I did on the way over.
Excellent. So outside of Chelsea and the boys, what do you like to do other than playing pool?
Hunt. I'm definitely an avid hunter. That's pretty much anybody who knows me knows I'd be probably hunting over pool, if conditions are right.
Sure. Any game in particular, or it's just deer hunting, or?
Dogs. I own hounds, and predominantly bear in the summer and bobcats in the winter are my dealer's choice.
Wow. And what is it that you do for a living?
I sell heavy truck equipment. I work for a manufacturing company out of Minnesota, and I sell basically the equipment that turns a truck into a dump truck. We manufacture the dump bodies.
And you've informed me a couple of times in scheduling some of your matches for the KO Challenge. You travel quite a bit for your job.
I cover a handful of states, so I'm a territory sales rep, and I have to go travel to see said dealers, customers, different things, different scenarios, trade shows. So yeah, I travel quite a bit, but I'm also get to be home quite a bit.
Okay.
Depending on how it works.
Scheduling, sure.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your 3 previous matches, if you don't mind. You played Al Holden in 8-ball, Roger Pregler in 8-ball, and Bill Larson in 10-ball. Out of those 3 matches, what predominantly sticks out as, I guess, a pleasant memory or something that out of the ordinary?
Oh, they're all tough. I got to come into this second challenge here, and my first opponent being the guy that finished second in the last one. So, there was definitely some nerves to go play Al. He played a great match, and I was able to get it. Same with Roger. He played a hell of a match. Bill Larson was very tough. That one came down a little closer than I would have liked.
That one was on the stream as well. That was a good match.
Had to fortunately make a couple lucky shots, I'll call them, educated guesses, and to win that one. So Bill was tough.
Yeah, and given that he's the national wheelchair champion, that is not a handicap for him.
Yeah, keeping him in his chair is not a good spot to be. To your joke, he can play pool.
No doubt about it. So Bill's probably going to be tuning in at some point today, Mr. Hocus Pocus. So, looking at your pool career, do you have like a mentor or your biggest influence in the game?
There's a lot of them. I've played alongside and with and against so many great players in the state. Coming from the Marshfield area, there's just a ton of guys over there that are just great. And I'm a competitive guy, so I walked into the pool hall that Robbie Hovick owned, back when I was 20, probably, or 19, I don't know. And I got my ass handed to me a lot. And
yeah, Rob's been on he was in here for the Scotch doubles. He can still play.
The guy that got me into pool was Jack Cole. I dated his daughter tail end of high school and ended up and hanging out at their place, he was a pool player in Marshfield. Not so much ever on the Fargo scale that you guys, we're all on here today, but locally he played a lot of pool and he's pretty darn good at it. Used to beat me one-handed.
Jeez.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
And again,
fun for him, not for you.
I started figuring out how to stop missing and making mistakes. And he started using two hands.
So coming into today's match, is there anything that you do for mental preparation, or what gets you into that zone, I guess?
Well, what's new about this is you have the ability to go back and watch your opponent's matches. So in this case, I went and watched some of Tom's matches that he's played previously, and I did the same against Roger and Al. And you have that ability to go back and kind of watch film, I guess, is what they call it.
Yeah.
So that's
it's like the NFL.
Pretty much. Yeah, I do it. I've watched anything I can find on YouTube with their name on it. I try to watch it. And I don't know. I mean,
that's good reconnaissance.
Yeah.
And Tom Menina, he's been in every one of the KO challenges so far, and even though his Fargo is 530, that's not a guy that you want to take for granted. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, that's my first instinct, was like he was underrated from what I've seen to what his number is. But
so are you nervous going into today's match? Do you get nervous, or?
This stream thing has gotten to me to get started, but hopefully I'm over it. Just get the first game or two down and just shoot pool and make less mistakes.
Well, Shaun, as I've said to all the competitors, I really appreciate you playing in the KO Challenge, and I wish you all the best of luck today. And if it's going in your favor today, we'll see you in the semifinals.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.